Good day, folks. This is Shippy the Explorer, and another hot day, and bringing you a tape of another adventure. I'm just walking around the lawn, and I've been watering a little bit. You're not supposed to really water during the hot weather, but what I did not put the water on the plant itself, but on the roots. So, but then I came upon, I've been composing for quite a while, and just opened my compost box and decompose box. I don't really put the food products anymore in the garbage. I put them in this compost box, and when it breaks down, it's good for the garden. So what breaks down this? For those who are scientists, you may want to tell me what kind of worm or larva this is that's feeding on the compost. We might have to look in Google, but this looks like, man, I can only imagine that this looks like when somebody is dead and buried. And sorry to talk about this morbid thing, but it just reminds me of that. This is what heats up the body, folks. Decompose the body, and it breaks it down into finer product. Just look at them, folks. Shippy the Explorer is exploring the I'm going to go inside and find out what kind of worms are these, what kind of insect. Well, I'm not sure if it's insect or what, but they're just fat and lush, and they're feeding on the compost, folks, that I'll be able to get a beautiful soil to put in the garden. So I just close it like this, and then once every 2 months or so, I have soil that I just spread some on top, and that takes care of it. And then maybe at the end of the year, in the fall or so, I take that compost material and I take it to the garden, and I spread it out. And this is white eggshells and all that, and it's good for the garden. This year I didn't put in too much because I want to see what is good. Last year I had corn and beans, peas, and lettuce. Lettuce. I had beet, and they didn't do too badly, but not as good as I thought. So this year I thought I just put in tomatoes, and you can see I've picked a tomato before, and here we are. This tree has others on it, and this is a special type of tomato. So the compost, I use the compost, folks, to put in this garden, and I don't really use it anywhere else. But that's an exploration, folks. It's amazing how you can see that. So the compost, I don't really use it anywhere else, as I said, but I have a strawberry field, one here, a small one here, and then another field out here. In the backyard. So this is the strawberry field, folks, and I managed in the early spring, just before spring finishes, then you're able to get, I get maybe about 15 pounds of strawberry, maybe say 10 pounds this year. Last year I got a lot more, so I'll get strawberries from that. And so, but I don't use a compost there. And this is not mulberry, but another berries that we can eat, but the birds come up and they have fed on them. And so really, Shippy the Explorer has stumbled on the composted material really today, folks, and that's what really talking to you about. What is, but the question is, where those insects came from? Where did they come from? It's amazing, folks, how how things are all over the place, and as soon as nature is ready to take its course, then you find that all these things pop up to take care of the total cycle of things. It's a complete cycle, folks. And we are born, and then we die, and then if we are buried, then we have those insects to really decompose our body. And for those who are Christians, our spirit lives on. Our spirit lives on. And I think if anybody is from the other religious bodies or religious organizations, you might come and tell me and comment what happens with your spirit or your soul in other beliefs. I tell you. But the compost, somebody, scientists, would need to call Shippy the Explorer and find out. Tell me, if you can, what are those insects, folks? Let's take another look, and as we unveil the compost box and we look into the container, there they are, folks. And we're gonna go closer this time and show you how nature takes care of things. It looks gross to some of you, but to the scientists, you may want to say, scientists might be happy to say, Shippy the Explorer, you have shown me such and such a muscle, something, and and that, and he wants he or she to explain what's the purpose of it and what really happens in the science of decomposition. So, on a hot day, Shippy the Explorer is saying, welcome to the station. I'm happy to have you every time. Hot, cold, wind, rain, and just love to have you. Just like to talk to you about life and what goes on in this world, in this universe. So, I'll bring you more content as we go through this another hot day in the life of Shippy the Explorer in Hydesville, in College Park, really, Maryland, USA. Talk to you later, folks. But as before I close this or go anywhere, I just want to tell you that on a hot day, this machine is the exchange on the outside, and this is brand, but it's also said brand product, is also carrier product, It's one of the best products I've had. And this machine is producing cool air inside, folks. This is a massive unit and it's quiet. And I have a second unit that I don't use anymore, but this one is supplying the cool air and also hot air in the winter. But since it's hot now, this is what is producing the cool air for inside the house. So that's a little bit more knowledge there for you. And the other thing, when it's this hot, if you notice, you don't see a bird, you hardly see an insect or an animal. I just see a squirrel that's darting at the tree, but even they keep quiet when it's this hot. I was trying to explore if I could see one, but it's hiding from me. But even they keep quiet when it's this hot. So the animals understand what to do, and so we too need to understand what to do to protect ourselves. As you can see, the plants are wilted, and if you're not be careful, some of them will just dry up. They really need water now, folks. But what we have discovered is that the pipe water doesn't do much for the plants. But if you do get a shower of rain, then it does wonders for the plants. One shower of rain, good shower of rain, maybe an hour or so, does wonders for the plants. So that's another scientific fact, and fact and truth, but that's what it is, folks. Wow. So, as we Shipping Explorer continues to explore, we'll just talk to you soon, folks, and see what else we can bring you for today. So, talk to you in a little while. So, I guess we're talking about composting today, folks. Composting. Good. So, Shippy the Explorer, I guess today we are talking about composting, decomposition of organic material. Instead of throwing it in the garbage, this is what we do inside the house, folks. We used to, in the old days, you would throw everything in your garbage, plastic and paper and food product. And where I live is College Park. Started a program, but even before they started a program of decomposing or collecting the food material, I, or Shippy the Explorer also, were doing decomposition even before that, folks. So what do? I'll just show you. We collect the food product, peel, and not meat or food itself, but fruits and peels and agricultural stuff, corn and so forth, and leftovers, not the food again, and we keep it in a container for the day, and then we take it to the exterior decomposition position box that I showed you before, and then I'll just open it, the box again, and I just dump the food in it. So this is a lesson in itself. Shippy the Explorer don't do tapes for taping and fun, but we tape for educational reasons, because you see that the egg is good for the garden, right? But the eggshell, if you dump it in your sink, in your garbage disposal, the plumbers tells me that when it breaks down, it doesn't even it clogs the drain. So if you have a compost program, it's best to put the eggshell in there, and then I'll just close it like that, and to keep the flies out and the smell, and you'll be surprised that is breaking down, as I said before. So let me use the other tape and show what's going on, because the regular YouTube, phone, might not have captured all of it. So let's see if we can capture the insect as they mill around, folks. There they are, and they look like something from space, from the dinosaur period, and they're just feeding and milling and enjoying themselves, and they've just gotten a fresh batch of food, and we're going to be happy. They're going to be happy, and Shippy the Explorer will also be happy, because he has managed to create a compost system that is beneficial to the environment and to myself and to the family. So this is what we used to do in the old days, folks, but a lot of the developed countries are catching on to that. The farmers in the old days in the Caribbean, that's what we do. My uncle used to put those garbage in the hole and spread it around the plant, and we would get some of the loveliest cabbage and tomatoes thereof. And then when he would burn the wood, he would put a little of the hash around the tree too, and that hash would keep other insects from eating down the product. So the farmers in the old days knew exactly what to do, and developed countries now are just catching on to some of the old process that the old people used to do. Now inside you can see my mint. I reap my mint and I tie it in the kitchen, and every so often I can clip off a slip of it, and I make a good cup of mint tea. So we're doing all sorts of things to make this environment clean and productive, although the harder we work, it seems like the industry is producing carbon monoxide in the cars, and it's causing problems in the ozone level, and so global warming, they say, is on top of us, folks. It's hot today again. So, but we're doing our little we can. So that's it for now, and from the kitchen and from the hanging bunch of dried mint, I leave you for now, folks, and we'll talk later. Shippy the Explorer, explore again on another hot day. Hi folks, then I told you that I would come in and look up the bugs. They are really called bugs that decomposes material. So the scientists from Google is saying Many insects break down organic material, which is called detritivore behavior. This process is important for creating fertile soil rich in nutrients. Some insects that break down organic matter include beetles, centipedes. Bugs that feed on decaying organic material are called detritivores. Some of the most common of these insects are maggots, earthworms, termites, millipedes, and pill bugs. Our planet is dependent on these bugs to break down the organic components contained within them. So the word is detritivore. Detritivores. That's the behavior of breaking down organic material. And I suspect the ones I have out here are maggots, are pill bugs. So that's what it is, folks. Continue to learn. Turn that down a little bit, Shirley. We'll do the final taping. Guys, this is Shippy the Explorer. We are coming to an end with a short tape for you. And I'm just following the Kareen. All is another member of the Old Soul. And we are all following the process of doing the process of decomposition, composting, even before the city of College Park. So even she follows the example of so this is what is done. And although she's scared to look down there, look at the detritivores. Detritivores. So today I talked about, look at her face, folks. She's having fits. But it's so today I talked about part of that. So I need to stand corrected that bugs that feed on decaying organic matter are called detritivores. Some of the most common of these insects are maggots, earthworm, termites, millipedes, and pillbugs. So it's the worms, the bugs, not really worms. So I'm stand corrected. They are called detritivores. detritivores. I don't want to so I'll stand corrected. But I'm happy to say this is an evening look, and look at them, folks. The piece I put in there this morning, it's start to get brown, and oh my gosh, they are decomposing this thing by this piece was like that, folks. Woo! And it smells like urine, strong smell of urine. My face is so Shippy the Explorer is exploring some scientific process here, folks. For those of you wouldn't want to smell this, but this is what we're doing. We're doing good. It looks ugly, it smells ugly, but it's doing a world of good for this earth, folks. Detritivores, the bugs that feed on decompose, or the bugs that cause decomposition to take place. We have young and old and all of them, folks. If you don't like this tape, you may not like this tape, but that's what Chippy the Explorer is bringing to you today. And I'm happy, the county is happy, but the county did not know Chippy the Explorer was ahead of the game. Folks, talk to you later. Hope you like it. If you like it, share it with another scientist. If you don't like it, well, bring you something better next time. But that's the tape for today. And that's the educational process. And talk to you later, folks. Bye.